Disney Vibes Podcast, talking insider tips, tricks, and pixie dust. For the most magical place on earth, here's Andrew and Heather.
Back and better. This is episode 58 of Disney Vibes, brought to you by Magical Destinations Travel. You like us, our content, our show. Please show your support by booking your next vacation wherever that trip may take you, whether it be anything Disney-related, Universal, cruises, all-inclusives, and Heather, Margaritaville. BookMDTravel.com. It costs you absolutely nothing. Of course, you can download the Disney Vibes podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. Please help us out by providing feedback and rating as well. We greatly appreciate your support. How are we feeling?
It's Friday, so I'm feeling the
Friday.
feels. Yes, very much so. Friday.
Friday. Yay. All right. What else is going on? The weather is starting to turn. It is March. Spring is in the air, a lot of rain, but the warmer weather, we've gotten a glimpse
Spring
here in the
ahead,
Northeast.
fall back. That's happening this weekend.
That's true. Yes, daylight savings time. There's your friendly reminder, folks.
There it is. And actually, you know what? Because I received an email, it's a good time to check your smoke detectors too.
Absolutely. Change the batteries.
PSA.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, just that it's starting to turn over here. We got a beautiful day last Sunday. Now it's going to rain all weekend. But, it's starting to get people into that thought process of warmer weather. I want warmer weather. I need to plan my vacation. And we're getting all different types of inquiries, whether it be changing itineraries because, no, I don't want to go here. Let's try something here. So, you know what? That's our job, to help you find places that you feel is going to be the most magical place, whether it is a Disney type vacation or elsewhere. Like I said, Margaritaville or somewhere in Florida Keys, whatever. We're here to help.
That was a pretty long tangent there. I love it.
Oh, it's because I only had 2 sips of coffee. You make me do this before 6 a.m.
Come on.
Oh, my God. What?
You got to be a morning person. Let's go. Give me your joke. Let's try to be funny.
I thought this one's funny. Why can't Pinocchio play the guitar?
Because he's got no strings. Yes.
I thought it was funny.
It is funny, but you got to give me credit for getting that one.
No, I'm not giving you credit.
Why not?
Because
I think I definitely deserve credit because I got it. He's got no strings.
Yay for you.
Attitude. All right. Would you rather be a mermaid in King Triton's kingdom or be a lion in Mufasa's pride?
I don't know. I'm going to be a lion. Rawr.
Oh. This is what I deal with. Good grief. All right, here's what's happening. Moving right along. There is new dining reservation features for Disneyland and Walt Disney World in 2024. Disney and the properties alike are calling it Disney Dining Made Simple. So if you are planning a trip to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, you're going to want to see that they just announced 3 easy, time-saving Disney dining tips, including one brand new way to simplify your dining plans. Now, we know dining plans have just come back, so these are some exciting Disney improvements and perks for things like making and viewing those dining reservations, mobile ordering, and more. So here's what's new. You can discover dining reservation availability more easily. You now see all available reservation time slots at a restaurant, for the entire day on DisneyWorld.com, Disneyland.com, and My Disney Experience and Disneyland apps. Reservations are sorted by breakfast, brunch, lunch, and dinner, so you can easily choose a time based on the menu that you'd like to enjoy. So before, you used to put like a window or a certain meal type you would like, and you'd only see the time slots around that. If you want to dine at a specific restaurant, you will now see the entire day at a glance. So that's kind of cool, again, based on menu, or you'll be able to say quickly, I want 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever it may be. Now, coming soon, you can search for dining availability for multiple days. So you'll be able to see dining availability for multiple days at a time. So with a single search, guests can view available dining reservations for any given restaurant for up to 10 days at a time. So it's going to make scheduling dining reservations for an entire vacation much easier. So, excuse me, the big thing, again, with these app and website updates is you'll be able to sort by your actual meal. You'll be able to view all of them for your selected dates. Remember, you can make dining reservations 60 days out and multiple days at a time, right? That is huge, and we're going to have our commentary in a minute. So things that we want to remind you is that if you are staying at a Disney Resorts Collection hotel, you get 60 days prior to arrival for the entire length of your stay, which could be up to 10. So that's 70 nights total. This will help you streamline your vacation by making all of those reservations on one day rather than going day by day. So 60 days prior to your first day, and you will then be able to book the entire trip. You don't have to go back day by day. There is preferred access to a limited number of reservations to dine at select Disneyland Resort Hotel table service restaurants. If you are staying on property there, just be sure to link your hotel confirmation to be eligible for that benefit. So again, something that was monumental last year was they made that update where you can change or cancel up to 2 hours before a scheduled reservation at most locations, depending upon it. The majority of them, which is great because you don't get hit with that $10 per person fee that they would charge. So let's talk about that before we go to mobile ordering.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's huge. If you're able to now search for your dining availability for multiple days, you're looking at, I don't know, the week, and you're like, you want to get, I don't know, dinner at Chef Mickey's, and the first 3 days, the times are like 10 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but 4 days from now, you can get a 5:30. Now it's a quick glance. It's going to be easy.
Right. No, I think there are some people that this will drive where they're going to go park-wise based on availability at certain places, perhaps. Because you have people that are into those food experiences or character experiences. So, no, I think that's great.
So, an update. I don't know. There's going to be a learning curve. People have to get used to it, is my point. Like, they have to understand. A lot of people don't get dining reservations as is, and they do. There's more availability, but they do, especially the popular ones, tend to go fast. So you have to really be on point for those 10, the 60 days out. And then you can go up to 70 days if you think about it, because if you're staying for 10 days.
Right.
But dining, and that's another episode, is most people focus specifically on the parks because they don't want to travel. And I understand that time is of the essence. But if you strategically know where you're going to be park-wise, there are some restaurants that could be very beneficial that are worth it. Top 10 restaurants outside the parks. That's what we'll do.
Outside the parks.
Outside. Because everybody's got, all the ones in the parks. Epcot's different, really, because Epcot just has, between all the food booths, they also have a ton of restaurants, obviously one or two in the pavilions, right? But if you think there's not as many great restaurants in those other parks, there's an untapped resource of restaurants outside of the parks.
Right.
But people don't leave there. They, Cosmic Rays is always slammed.
Right.
Quick burgers, quick food, this and that. I get it's a quick serve. Plaza Cafe, there's those the buffets, and some people like that. They want to just eat and go. I don't know. I think if you do enjoy quality food, this could be definitely beneficial, and we will come up with a list of the top 10, if I can narrow it down.
That's tough.
Yeah, of restaurants outside of the parks. On Disney property, but outside the parks. Those are the requirements. Now, quick and nearby foods with mobile order. So if you prefer those quick service locations versus the table service that you would have those reservations that we were just discussing with the updates to the app and website, recent mobile order updates make it even easier to find and order food whenever hunger strikes. So you can sort the list to see which mobile order locations are close by and offer the earliest available pickup times in the app. So if you're walking around Sunset Boulevard at Hollywood Studios, you can easily order from nearby locations like Rosie's All-American Cafe. We don't really do much mobile ordering.
Well, right. So we have, because we
of allergies,
steer, right? We steer people away if you have any sort of food allergy, just so you can really have that conversation and just be thorough with your ordering. So keep that in mind. But with all these changes, make sure that your app is up to date.
Correct.
Because you want to be sure that all this is reflective with the time that you are going.
Correct. Yeah, if you have any food sensitivities at all or allergies, like Heather had mentioned, please, it's in your best interest to really go to the restaurant, especially if it's a quick service, and talk to them. Obviously, a table service, you're going to be speaking to someone. Other than that, the mobile ordering, it's great, but proceed with caution is the best way to put it.
Absolutely.
All right, so Castaway Cay, they just revealed they have new character looks. So Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island, reserved exclusively for DCL guests, has it all. We know they've got the white sand beaches and crystal clear waters and, of course, Disney's favorite friends. So now they have all new beachwear that celebrates the fun, colorful, and natural environment of the tropical oasis with some DCL flair, of course. So Mickey and Minnie are ready to enjoy their day. They have new swimwear that celebrates the iconic colors of DCL. So they've really kind of tapped into their colors. Mickey's got some waves on his hat, and really the details of the small print with his shirt shows that it's the first time he's been on the water with Steamboat Willie. So they really went into some things. Minnie, she's a ray of sunshine in her rainbow dress, adorned with sunglasses and a signature, and there's a ship's wheel on her ribbon belt. Meanwhile, Donald, as crazy as he usually is, he is a quintessential beachgoer. Him and Daisy both, as they're sunbathing on the beach, as Donald is ready to snorkel and find all of those underwater friends. And he even has some creatures hopping a ride on his floaties, you'll see, like an octopus. And Daisy, of course, she's got a lounge wrap dress, sun hat, and fanciful accessories complete with nautical nods. So it's interesting how they come up with these. Goofy is ready to do anything that he needs to do, such as beach volleyball, racquetball, fishing, or riding around in his colorful T-shirt, shorts, vest, and sun hat. Pluto is always having fun as well. He has a fish collar now. So, and then Chip and Dale are there for their own adventure. They basically have pirate costumes, which kind of fits them. Fashioning floaties into sashes and beach towels are their now pirate hats. So they definitely have their swim trunks and everything. So if you're visiting Castaway Cay, take a look for the new outfits. They're very bright and colorful and energetic and do mesh with the DCL theme.
Friends, Chip and Dale look like they're from the 90s.
Hammer pants.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Cute, but definitely channeling that 90 vibe, especially with the neons. It's cute. I like it.
That's it. All right, so other news that came out this past week, Bob Iger, as you know, is at the helm, and he says Disney can build 7 new full Disney lands around the world and more. So he basically spoke recently, and during where he was interviewed at this Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference, he basically explained that they are evolving to, with their streaming and their movie making and everything like that. But the main thing is these 7 new lands that he kind of mentioned was revealing, right? Is the best way we can kind of say what he was talking about. We know that one of them is coming at Disneyland that I'm going to talk about quickly, but they supposedly have thousands of acres of land to develop, and they could build 7 new full lands if they wanted to around the world. So that headline really is what caught everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Right? Is that they could build if they wanted. It's not that they're going to. We don't know where that's going to have, but they did say, if you remember, that they're investing $60 billion in parks and resorts from the D23 last September, I believe it was, right? They had, 1,000 acres? They said they could do 7 new Disneyland parks.
It's bonkers,
right?
I mean, just great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not second guessing him at all, but that's just, I don't even know where you would start.
Well, what the interesting thing was, how they are able to increase the size of Disneyland in California is mind-boggling, because I feel like it's completely landlocked because it's downtown there.
Right.
So trying to figure that out, and I was trying to think like where it could actually go. And of course they have artist renderings and everything, but we've gone over this time and time again with the Villain's Lair and Zootopia Land and Kanto, right? There was all the Coco. There was a lot of different lands discussed. But again, this is around the world, so we don't know if they would develop an entirely new park. I just don't know where they would put it.
Well, it says, in fact, Disney Parks has 1,000 acres of land for possible future developments to expand theme park space across its existing sites.
All right, so then it would be whether it's Shanghai, Tokyo,
right,
Paris, all those. So they're not going to build a whole new theme park.
No, and it's equivalent to about 7 new Disneyland parks.
All right, so that's the equal part, which is big. Well, so where's the definition of Disneyland? Is it just Disneyland, or is that including California Adventure?
I'd say it's Disneyland.
Okay. That's a big undertaking. Well, what we do know, just to, kind of transition right into what we do know what's coming, is the Avatar experience is coming to Disneyland because at the same conference, Bob Iger did announce that it's coming to Disneyland Resort. The original announcement came back a while ago, and they reported that they did well, with the first quarter and everything. But with the future of Disney's theme parks, they're looking how to obviously increase capacity, whether it's Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, right? So they were looking at that. So with the new Avatar experience coming to Disneyland, this is exactly what Bob Iger had to say about that. With James Cameron's Avatar, The Way of Water was one of the most successful films of the quarter and became the 4th biggest film of all time globally, with close to $2.2 billion earned in the box office, right? So
hold on, this is the new one?
Well, that's the movie.
No, yeah, the new one that just came out.
The latest one. Well, there's more coming out. Remember we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
There's like a bazillion. Wow, I didn't realize
$2.2 billion worldwide.
Jeez.
So they're kind of trying to tap into that money and basically capitalize off it in the sense where, oh, hey, people like Pandora, right? So we are going to bring that exciting Avatar experience to Disneyland, and more details will be coming to it. So we know that is coming. Avatar, I don't know if it's going to be as vast as it is Disney World. It's going to be interesting to see. It's not just an attraction or if it's going to be a land or how they're going to do it. But Avatar experience is how they kind of coined it, will be coming to Disneyland. So that we know that Pandora's in Florida, but they are going to put a second one in California and maybe expand it around the world because of the success of the movie. Now, the thing is it going to be as big?
Monumental, yeah.
Is it going to be an exact replica? I mean, think of the 2 Star Wars Galaxy Edge, right? They are exactly the same, if I remember, right? I mean, maybe very minute details, with that.
Right.
But it's going to be a Disneyland Resort. So those on the West Coast, friends, it is coming.
Well, it says the big news here is that Iger has switched from calling it an Avatar experience to an Avatar land.
So then
They
it
have
would
different
mimic
meanings
Pandora.
in theme park vernacular, and it's discussed below. He's calling it a land, which means that the concept has evolved to that of what it's currently being planned.
Yeah, Imagineering is really...
I swear, when I grow up, I want to be an Imagineer. I think it's so fun.
We haven't watched that last movie.
No, we haven't. And that's why I didn't realize it was as big as they stated. I think, what is it? It's like a 3-hour movie, right?
Probably close to it.
I don't know if I could.
I mean, it would be a monumental task if they could open it the same time the next movie comes out. Talk about capitalizing it.
Or the 4th one. I feel like that's
well,
a lot
right,
to try
3,
to...
4, 5, whichever. It depends on how long it will take. But all right, so here's the sadder news, I guess we can say. 2025 ticket price increases at Disney World. So we know that ticket price increases have occurred like clockwork. They typically go up one-day, multi-day base and park hopper have increased for January through October 31st, 2025. Obviously, they have not hit into the holiday season a year and a half from now. But, when you're looking at the pricing, it's not surprising. Price increases have been commonplace. And I guess the goodish news is price did not increase on 2024 tickets from what we can see right now, and only on 2025. So when we spoke last week, 2025 packages were out through October. Now the tickets are there as well. So we now can see pricing has increased. It's been, the last price increase was December of 2022. And we do know also that Genie Plus pricing has gone up as well. With per park pricing and just higher prices in general based on supply and demand. So The rates have gone up. It really, of course, is varied based on your time of year you're going, the length of your stay. There's a lot of factors as well. What I would say is be sure to check with your travel agent because it does vary significantly from a one day to whichever else. And of course, here at Magical Destinations Travel, we make sure we try to give you a little bit back and we provide a Disney gift card or something to kind of alleviate those things. Even if you are just buying tickets from us, depending upon the length of stay, there are some restrictions, but we try to make sure we can give you the highest discounted ticket available. Anything else you want to say about that?
No, I mean, it is what it is, right?
$10+ pretty much from 109 to 119 is the base. That was the big one. And again, based on park. So Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom are the most expensive at $129, Epcot's $119, and Animal Kingdom $109 still.
Right. I mean, it's our world right now.
It is. That's a good way of putting
It's
it.
reflective of the times and the fact that, what is it? It said 445 days was the last time there was an increase in their pricing. All right. Understandable. And just something to keep in mind is that typically the longer you stay, the more...
Oh, the cheaper it gets.
Right. So, is it
Per
worth
day.
to stay 1 day or 2 days? And, that's something...
You're not going to get more real significant discounts until about the 5-day mark. It'll come down
is
a
it
little
5?
bit. Well, you'll get some. I mean, but it's
Right.
more of a... I think if you went 10 days, it gets down to like $65 a day. I don't remember if that's completely accurate, so don't quote me, but it's definitely, the longer you stay, the better it is. So price-wise. All right, we talked about Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lane and kind of gave a recap last week, and we didn't have time to talk specifically about the 120-minute rule for Genie Plus at Disney World. Let's review a little bit about that because it's almost like you need a degree to understand it, right?
Gosh.
When it comes to using Lightning Lane entrances offered through the Disney Genie Plus service. So on average, this is what Disney World says is you can enter 2 to 3 attractions or experiences per day, which I think is depending on how long you stay in the park, on the small side.
2 to 3?
That's what they're I think CYA, just to be honest, covering using Lightning Lane entrances if the first selection
You're behind.
is made early in the day. But there are a bunch of rules, of course, on Disney's page. The big thing is what Disney says is Genie Plus service Lightning Lane selections can only be made one at a time. You have to redeem an existing Disney Genie Plus service Lightning Lane selection or wait 2 hours, whichever comes first, before making another Lightning Lane entrance selection through the Disney Genie Plus service. The 2-hour wait to make another selection begins when the park opens, even if you made your first booking at 7 a.m. Are you following me?
Right. So, for example, I'm going to Magic Kingdom and it opens at 8
So did you make your first one at 7 a.m.?
because that's when it's open. Like, that's when you could first start.
7 a.m. is when you can make your first
Right.
selection.
So then I walk in. I know that that's not saying that your ride is at 8 o'clock. It could be at 9:20, but it starts. You can start it at 8 o'clock. That's when the 2 hours starts. No, I get it.
This is where it's convoluted.
It can
So
be, for sure.
what Disney World says on one thing is what I just said. But really, people have been experiencing, and this is why we have to kind of decipher and let all of our clients and just the general public know, is that you are able to, what people have experienced, reserve your next Lightning Lane either once you have redeemed
That
your
makes
current
sense.
one by tapping in, right? Tap your magic band, you tapped in, and now the system automatically knows you, while you're waiting online, if there is a short line, get your next one. Now, it could be for 40 minutes from then. It could be, 6
4
hours, depending upon
right.
whatever it is. So once you've redeemed that by tapping in, or 2 hours have passed since the reservation was made, whichever comes first. So the policy is clear. We understand that a lot of people, the 120-minute rule is working, and once you tap into that existing Genie Plus Lightning Lane selection, it doesn't always open the ability to book a new ride reservation. It's inconsistent, so you have to keep checking, which is frustrating. Just remember the clock on the 120-minute rule starts ticking at the park opening.
You know what I think we need to do as a refresher? This will be in future episode. Difference between Genie Plus, Lightning Lanes, virtual queue, when it comes to costs and when it comes to accessibility.
Okay. I mean, we did go over a lot of that last week.
No, but like just one little boop episode.
Fine. But cost is very hard because it varies based on supply and demand for Genie
I
Plus
know that, but
and the
like
rides.
your virtual queues, there's no fee to that.
Correct.
So that's a big difference. So then you have,
get one per day.
Right. Anyways.
Well, that's fine. Good. Homework. You got it.
rails.
So be sure to check out the blog on the website, bookmdtravel.com. Heather, the socials, have you been hitting them up?
A little bit, yeah. Let's see. Instagram, it's Magical Destinations Travel Co. Same thing on Facebook. Twitter, X, Magical Des Trav. And, of course, on YouTube, Magical Destinations Travel Company at Disney Vibes. But, again, our website has all of the info, whether it's recapping all of our latest podcast episodes, seeing what other opportunities there are that we think
Offer.
that we offer. Thank you.
Till next week, folks, let the vacation vibes flow.
Find Disney Vibes for all your vacation needs on the web at bookmdtravel.com.